Alec just came across my coaster that I've had for many years now. It's a pack of 4.
Look at this coaster.
I don't know where the other ones are now, but I think another one
is a coaster. It's got little feet.
It has
That is the coolest coaster I've ever seen.
It also has Resident Evil, it has Tomb Raider, it has something Gran Turismo. It has Gran Turismo 1. Really cool. Alec comes here for the cool stuff. You know what else you guys are here for? This is a segue to understand how cool Assassin's Creed looks like in the future. Jokes, a lot of people don't like the idea of a live service model for Assassin's Creed. You kind of are open to the idea.
No, I mean, like, I can see what they would do it. I can see how they would do it.
You can see how they would do it.
But I just don't really like Assassin's Creed, so it doesn't really speak to me.
Definitely.
But there's certainly a way
get to the drop.
There's certainly a way they could do it, and we'll discuss it after that drop.
There we go. That was a segue into the drop. Or there's some more after the drop. I like that a 30-year-old man still dabs. I think that's pretty cool. I have no affiliation with Xbox, only PlayStation. Just letting you guys know that. So look, as we know, Assassin's Creed has dramatically changed over the last decade or so since we originally saw Assassin's Creed. As you guys know, of course, you went around the world in different time periods and assassinated certain famous people or stopped, certain famous events before they happened. They made a movie with Michael Fassbender, and of course, that was the movie of the year. Everyone loved that one. But as Assassin's Creed has gone on more and more, it's gone into an open world, borderline live service, especially with Valhalla, with the increasing amount of additional content that they keep adding to it. There's also, seasoned events and festivals.
They were certainly telegraphing this move before actually having it officially. Well, they didn't even want to announce it. So the circumstances by which we now know of this game or this project's existence is through a Bloomberg. Jason Schreier made a report saying, the next Assassin's Creed game is actually going to be a live service model. So titled Assassin's Creed Infinity. I think he says that from his sources, their inspiration was Fortnite and GTA 6.
GTA 6.
So like they're basically saying, what makes the most money?
What's popular?
Cool. Let's find. They basically found the top 2 things that make the most money, and they're saying we want to make our game like that.
I completely agree with
that. It's quite shameless, but I mean, look, they're a company. They'll chase money.
I've made comments about this before in terms of Ubisoft. I feel like they're chasing certain trends.
They're not trend chasers. They really are.
They are. They are happy to change the DNA of a beloved franchise. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, perfect example. That is just all these titles and all these popular IPs from Ubisoft have all been amalgamated together to create this weird thing that seems like they've given birth to each other. They're all the same shit. And I feel like, there has been, of course, a creative shake-up recently. We all know this. And because of that, a lot of people were expecting that we're going to see some dramatic changes creatively of how they were going to, move forward with all these titles. Because before, all the creative choices had to go through a bottleneck. One particular person at the top of the creative rung for Ubisoft. That's all changed now. So a lot of people were expecting to see some big changes, and maybe this is the first big change that we're seeing. I don't even know if we've said this yet, but it's going to be called Assassin's Creed Infinity.
I did say that.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we report, you decide. There we go.
So it turns out that the big creative shake-up at Ubisoft is to ditch all creativity and just make it live trends and just go basically do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
What they actually said in response to Jason Schreier's article was not to shut it down, but they just kind of embraced it. And they're like, well, we got to announce it. On the Ubisoft website, they made a blog post where they basically detailed their kind of plans for Assassin's Creed Infinity. They say in the blog post, rather than continuing to pass the baton from game to game, we profoundly believe this is an opportunity for one of Ubisoft's most beloved franchises to evolve in a more integrated and collaborative manner that's less centered on studios and more focused on talent and leadership, no matter where they are within Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So basically, they're getting all of their people to do this thing. And this is now their project.
This is their big baby.
We can sort of imagine a world where, Assassin's Creed is like a Destiny.
Well, we don't know, but we think that. I mean, it's important to say, we don't exactly know what this live service model is going to look like. We've seen a host of different types of live services across different types of IP, before, so it's hard to know exactly if it is going to be if it's going to be a hub world, but it does make sense.
Well,
I think, I was going to say, like, if it is going to be at the tower and then you go to, Italy 1870s or something, and that's the hub world you can go to, that kind of sounds kind of cool, but we should also outline before, as you guys know, Quebec and Montreal used to work on one title each year, and they used to interchange each year. But yeah, so they're both working on it at the same time now, so expect this to be around the 2024 mark, I believe that the article said, until this game actually releases.
And the weird thing is that, particularly when you look at Schreier's sources in saying that they're going after, GTA 6 and Fortnite's kind of approach, they are first and foremost successful due to their very significant multiplayer focus. I mean, GTA 6 obviously has the core game, but GTA Online is where the money's being made.
Yeah.
Like, that game is just, they released no extra single player content. They haven't even made any indications of doing anything of the sort, because GTA Online is just making them so much money.
Yeah.
They basically just put all their resources in online, and everyone's paying for shark bucks.
And they're doing the Red Dead. They're doing that for Red Dead too.
Yeah, but not to the same. It's not as successful. GTA Online. I mean, when did GTA 5 come out?
2013, 2014 or something. It's been a while now.
And Fortnite obviously is a battle royale. So Assassin's Creed's not necessarily known for its robust multiplayer suite. Like, it's a single player game. Like, that's what it really is. So I'm curious to see how they're going to, what they're going to do to emulate that success, where that success is a product of a multiplayer community. The in-game purchases are centered around, showing off your skins, or, showing off your emotes to your mates. Like, and I don't see how Assassin's Creed has the DNA within it. Excuse the pun, given the premise of the game. Yeah. I don't see how it has the DNA to sort of do that. But look, I'm curious.
I think we've seen it before, where again, Ubisoft is not afraid to completely change a famous, successful IP's DNA to fit a mold, to fit a new way that people want to experience games. And and they're happy just to change things because that's the trend, and they're happy to throw things previously that worked out the window, like we've seen with Assassin's Creed, its original format to what it is now. I think that the other big question is what does that mean for other games? Like, we've seen a big fumble with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I think that if this is to be really successful for Assassin's Creed, it could really change the game for a lot of other IP that are in a discovery phase. Like, is Ghost Recon next game, whatever it's going to be? I'm not even sure what the name is. I don't know what that looks like. I wonder also what Watch Dogs looks like in the future if this live service model for Assassin's Creed super successful. Are all IP across Ubisoft, apart from Just Dance, is everything else going to change like it did last time, where everything just gets amalgamated into this new model, this new live service model, because it makes them the most money?
The thing, like, everyone memes it a bit hard, but Ubisoft aren't known for their creativity. Like, the one thing that they are known for is their completely uninspired open world design. Radio towers or outposts, like
but then there's also like Siege and stuff. Like,
sure, but what I'm saying is
Splinter Cell back in the day.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is Ubisoft aren't necessarily known for their creativity. You don't look at Ubisoft and think, wow, they're real pioneers. They do really original things. And so I'm curious to see if they have the creativity to adapt Assassin's Creed as an IP into a profitable live service model. As you say, like, I can see a tower kind of analog where you go to different time periods, but I mean, I don't know. I'm very curious. Like, they said the best estimate for release is what, 2024.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's ages away. Which
we're halfway through now. I mean, that means that. Yeah, that means that we're not going to... We're either going to see a small Assassin's Creed something along the way that maybe a smaller team's working on, like a Team B, or we're just going to continuously see more and more updates for Valhalla to kind of keep it warm for us. But yeah, I think this is a huge shift. I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do. A lot of people have been wanting to see a lot of changes in terms of the games that Ubisoft is coming out with. So, look, this could be really successful. or it could not be. I don't know.
And I think
see.
one of the last things I'll say is that it actually, when you can put it into context, it really explains why Ubisoft are supporting Valhalla continuously to the degree that they are.
Because they're probably just getting ready for it.
They've announced that they've got a lot more content coming long into next year. And maybe they're using Valhalla as a template. Maybe they're using it as almost like a warm up,
a tester,
to understand how this kind of model can work for them. And I mean, they wouldn't be doing it unless, obviously it's profitable within the whole marketplace. But they wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't working for them already with Valhalla.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually, look, I don't like Assassin's Creed. I'll go on the record to say that it doesn't really tickle my pickle. But
nice. But you're open to see what they do.
I'm curious as an observer of the industry. I'm curious as someone who cares about video games. I'm curious to see what they can do to iterate in the space. So
it'll be interesting. All right, guys. Well, love you, appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. We will keep you updated in 2024 when it comes out.
Yeah. Stay tuned
after the drop, leaving the drop.
That's the buy drop.
It's the buy drop.